Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Immigrant Blueprint channel. If this is your first time joining, my name is Ebony Anuforo, an immigration attorney in New Jersey, representing clients in all 50 states and around the world with immigration law matters. On this channel, I share tips and answer frequently asked immigration-related questions. Today, I will be talking about RFEs, also known as request for evidence, and how you can avoid getting one. Stay tuned. If you or someone you know has received an RFE, then you know how stressful it can be to receive that notice from USCIS requesting more information or documentation. Receiving an RFE is actually more common than you think. It's actually a common occurrence in the immigration process and happens to a lot of people. The main reason why USCIS issues an RFE is that the evidence submitted with the petition is either incomplete or insufficient. This could be due to missing documents or evidence that doesn't meet USCIS requirements. Sometimes there are also discrepancies or inconsistencies in the evidence submitted or issues with the petitioner's eligibility or qualifications. To avoid receiving an RFE, there are a few things you can do. First and foremost, make sure you understand the requirements for your particular immigration petition. This will help you ensure that you have all the necessary documents and evidence before submitting your petition. It's always a good idea to double-check your evidence before submitting your petition to make sure it meets USCIS requirements. This can help you avoid any missing or incomplete documentation that may trigger an RFE. To avoid receiving an RFE when applying for a marriage-based petition, the key is to provide strong evidence of the bona fide nature of your marriage. This includes documents and evidence that demonstrate a real and genuine relationship. Now, how can you do this? Number one, by showing proof of joint finances. USCIS looks for evidence of shared bank accounts, credit cards, and other financial documents that show that you and your spouse share or commingle your finances. You can also show proof of joint residence. USCIS wants to see evidence that you and your spouse live together. This includes documents such as a lease or mortgage statement, utility bills, and other documents that show that you share a home. Joint activities. USCIS also looks for evidence of joint activities such as travel, vacations, and other events that demonstrate that you and your spouse share a life together. You can also submit affidavits from friends and family members who can attest to the bona fide nature of your marriage. It is important to submit strong evidence upfront with your marriage-based green card petition to avoid receiving an RFE. This includes providing as much evidence as possible to show that your marriage is bona fide, which means real. If you do happen to receive an RFE, don't panic. It simply means that USCIS needs more information to make a decision on your case. First, be sure to read the RFE notice carefully. Read the RFE notice and understand exactly what USCIS is requesting. The RFE will specify the evidence or documentation that USCIS needs to complete the processing of your petition. Next, gather the requested evidence. Once you understand the specific evidence that USCIS is requesting, start gathering the documentation as soon as possible. Make sure that you provide all of the information requested in the RFE notice and that it meets the USCIS requirements. Be sure to respond promptly. USCIS provides a deadline for responding to RFE notices, so make sure that you respond within the specified timeframe. And seek assistance if you need it. If you're having difficulty gathering requested evidence and you're not sure how to respond to the RFE, consider assistance from an experienced immigration attorney. An attorney can provide guidance on how to respond to the RFE and ensure that the evidence meets USCIS requirements. And lastly, make sure that you submit the response to the correct address. Once you've gathered all of the requested evidence and prepared your response, make sure to submit it to the correct address as specified in the RFE notice. Failure to submit the response to the correct address can result in delays or even denial of your petition. The best way to avoid receiving an RFE when applying for a marriage-based petition is to provide strong evidence of the bona fide nature of your marriage. Again, this includes providing evidence of joint finances, joint residence, joint activities, and even affidavit from friends and family members. By submitting as much evidence as possible upfront with your petition, you can avoid receiving an RFE and ensure that your case is processed smoothly and efficiently. Remember, the immigration process can be complex, but with the right resources and information, you can navigate it successfully. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with your marriage-based green card petition. Take care.